Frazier and Maestro styles, you know we got one. Right back like we left something. We don't duck smoke, we want all of it. So line them up, Trey sharp with the blade, you know we sizing it up. I'm quick to catch the fade, you know Styles making the cut. Cause we coming out clean every time that we showing up.
It's gonna be called The Barbershop.
What up, folks? Welcome back. It's another brand new edition of the Barbershop Sports Talk podcast. We are live on our Facebook page, on YouTube, Twitch, and on Instagram at Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. I'm Trey Frazier, and that's the homie right there, Maestro Styles.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome back, bro.
Welcome back, man.
What's going on?
I reckon you've been doing a lot more, for lack of a better term, outsideness than I've been doing. But it's good to get a little recharge, I guess. Whatever you deem as a recharge. I'll be honest with you, Trey. ain't really shit recharged over here. I've been working.
Been working, huh? Yeah. I've been working also. We decided to not take a real vacation this summer. It's just been a couple of weekends here and there. Back home, we did about a week and a half in New York back in June, and then we went back just a couple of weeks ago, and was actually supposed to go this weekend, but we was just trying to recoup from a couple of weeks ago. So, and we got to go this coming weekend for a funeral, unfortunately. So, not on the best of terms.
Man.
Go back home.
Not to cut you off, but certain condolences to your people. Is on my side, man.
Appreciate
my uncle just passed last week. So rest
in peace, condolences.
Yeah, for sure. So,
Did I meet him?
No, it's my dad's brother. Obviously you met my dad, but
right.
My dad's brother. He passed away. He was going through some stuff, physically. So,
yeah.
I guess it was just the Lord. It was time. The Lord said it was time. So,
rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Uncle Jonathan, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So I gotta ask you, during this nice long, break away from the podcast with not a lot of not a lot of news over the time that we've been away. I know,
which we kind of anticipated.
Yeah, of course. I mean, obviously, this is the Olympics year, and Team USA is out in Paris, trying to do their thing. I'm talking about the men's side. The women, we expect nothing less than what they've been doing so far. But any kind of exposure to Team USA during the break, or
not really? Look, Trey. I'm realizing this as I'm getting older.
Mm-hmm.
I know that, and this is going to sound crazy because this is a sports podcast.
You don't care. It's cool. You can say it.
I don't be interested in a lot of shit, man.
I don't care. It's cool. I don't care either, and I'm not going to pretend like I watched a full game in these Olympics. Like, I just hear from people, talking about, what's been going on and stuff. Like, I'm hearing the whole, Jason Tatum not getting playing time in the last game, that they just played, and they giving Steve Kerr all the smoke for it. Other than that, like, I've watched the highlight here and there, but I'm not about to sit and watch a full game.
If I didn't see it on Twitter, if I didn't see it on social media, I ain't see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think Carissa Shields. I know we don't talk about her as much nowadays, but she's still knocking motherfuckers out. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's this weekend or this past weekend or 2 weekends ago, but she put somebody the fuck out, and I like, she is legit. Probably, I don't even know if it's probably, like, she's the best woman fighter I've ever seen in my life. And I mean, not that I've seen a whole rack of them, but yeah, she's her. She's fucking her.
Haven't seen a lot. I mean,
but she's fucking her.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you've talked about her on several occasions, and I think, like you said, I think she deserves more of the conversation than she's been getting. Definitely on this platform, and definitely on other platforms. I don't see her talked about as much.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, look, let's be clear. There's not a whole like boxing is not a popping thing right now outside of the division that Tank is in and
Mm-hmm.
where and Bud and Earl and all of them.
Yeah, wasn't it just a
So those
huge? Wasn't there a big fight that happened recently? Maybe a couple weeks ago. Who fought recently?
who fought? Oh, Shakur Stevenson fought
Yes.
recently.
Yeah. That's
He got into that whole thing with Cam and Mace went viral off his Jay Prince response.
Yep, I saw that.
Yeah. Look, man. But to Carissa Shields, man, Shorty the best. I just why you brought up things that happened while we was gone. Shorty the best. Shorty the best. That just is what it is. But to be honest, man, I have made it my business to watch some TV. Out, like outside of I'm in this little college online course or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that. But when I'm not doing that or making beats, I made it my business to take some time. Let me tell you, man. I know I'm all over the place, but I took some time to watch some TV. But the reason why is because I got my first real, in my opinion, my first real old nigga thing that happened to me. So I got carpal tunnel in my wrist recently.
I saw that. Yeah.
And that shit, like I think that's the first real old nigga thing that really hit me. Like, oh shit, I gotta stop doing what I normally do to rest.
Yeah.
Because I was and that shit was so. I took that time. I took that rest.
Okay.
But to sum up my break. I watched Your Honor, and I did schoolwork.
There you go. Well, I actually have the opposite of you as far as niggas getting old moments, and I did have one, but I ended up doing it anyway. So folks that follow me on IG at Trey Frazier, I put a couple Insta stories out there over the weekend. So. This was the second time I've taken the kids roller skating. And the first experience, it was cool. They had to learn. They had the little rail they had to do. Nate was struggling. Natalie, looked like she'd been doing it for a while. She finally got rid of the rail. Nate finally got rid of the rail, and he took off just like that. But, the first time. So the second time, I said, you know what? I'm gonna rent me a pair of skates. I'm gonna see if I still got a little something, right? So in the place, and shout out to Skate Zone. So all these places got carpet, right? So when you on skates, it's not slippery as much as it is obviously on the actual floor, right? So put the skates on. I'm cool. We about to do this. So I get in the rink, man. And it was just like, whoa, like this is this is reality right here. Like, yo, this is real. Like I hadn't skated in 18 years. Like it's been a minute, right? So the way the rink is set up, so it's like a club. They got all kinds of like neon lights and all kinds of stuff everywhere. So on one side of the rink, they built this bench where if you just want to rest, you could just stop off and just sit on the bench. So I get on the rink and I'm clutching the wall to get to this bench because at this point I'm like, okay, I don't feel like I don't feel like my legs are loose enough, pause, to really go skating. So I sit down and folks is just passing me, right? Like on the skates, the kids, the grown-ups, even this old couple just doing it like they've been doing it for a long time. And it's like, all right, Trey. Either you're gonna get on this floor or you're gonna turn these skates back in. it's that simple. So got back on there, man, and loosened the legs a little bit, man, and it was was just like, wow, like, yo, I could skate. Like, it was just that crazy. It's like, yo, I could skate. Now, I had a couple close calls with falling, but I did not fall the entire time. It was like 2.5 hours we was in there. Did not fall the entire time.
Well, you skate. You. It's been 18 years for you. It's been 40 years for me. So
you never skated at all, ever? Wow.
Let me tell you something, man.
Wow.
I've come to realize at 40 that I may have been deprived of some, experiences in life as a child. Not necessarily nobody's fault, just how life.
Right. It is what it is. Yeah.
So no, never done that. Never done that. And I'll be honest with you, at 40, the only thing that could get me out there to try is my kids or some girl I'm trying to impress. So.
And you know what it is? Because the kids are doing so much stuff, it's like I gotta try it too. You know what I mean? Like they want to go to the amusement park, they want to get on the the little tram joint that take you like 80 feet up high. Okay, I gotta get on the tram. I mean, even though I'm not scared of heights, but when you get older, the way you view heights is a little different. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not officially, scared of it, but as you get older, you see it a little bit differently. So, but yeah, you're not the first person that I've heard of that's never skated before. So it's not a surprise. My significant other has yet to put on a pair of skates of her own as well. And some of those things that you talked about of being deprived of certain things as a youngster is a little bit similar with her too. So
yeah.
So I understand. I understand, man.
Let's get into some sports, man.
Yeah, let's
get into some money. Shout out to Jordan Love. I guess we gotta shout out Jordan Love. I know he's not the most recent because I know Tua came after him, but Jordan Love got a 4-year extension. What's that? $55 million a year.
Yep.
Shout out to Jordan Love. Look, I guess get it done now before get out of pocket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What's interesting for me with this deal, and I think it's just more so the team than it is the actual deal, is that didn't Aaron Rodgers have a big deal? Well, I know it wasn't $55 million, but it was still like one of the bigger deals at the time he left Green Bay. So when he left Green Bay, I believe he was making $38 million.
He's making about 37 right now in New York. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. So roughly around that in that mid-30s range, right?
Yeah.
So I think what's interesting to me is that, we talk about this when you draft a quarterback and you get him on a rookie deal. That's the time period where you're paying big money to the defense, the wide receivers, the running backs, and so forth and so on. Green Bay really hasn't had that much, time in between these two deals. I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers' deal of mid-$30 million a year, and this new deal with Jordan Love getting the $55 million a year. It's really been one season where Green Bay's kind of had that window of not paying a quarterback big money. So I think that's the one interesting thing I find about it. I'm not going to criticize whether he deserves the money or doesn't deserve the money. They had to get this done because he was entering that contract year anyway. Let's remember he was drafted 4 years ago. Yeah. So they had to get this done.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it was good to get it done now because while $55 million seems like a lot of money, it's probably going to get a little crazier next year. So
back is up.
Yeah, right. So it's probably gonna get a little crazy as other people start to get paid. So get it done now while it's right here, highest paid quarterback right now. Annually. So shout out to Jordan Love. They better. I hope, and I'm not saying he is or he ain't. I'm saying when you put, when you extend him, you hope he's your franchise quarterback. So you hope he's your franchise. So I hope that work out for Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. And let's be clear. If it does, man, Jordan, the Packers are on a quarterback run. So
Bart Starr, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, yeah, Bart Starr, but just to go from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love, if he turns out to be any 70% of what the last quarterback was, that's going to be a hell of a feat. So shout out to the Jordan Love, congratulations. And the team is young, so that's good. So on to the pressure quarterback situation, in my personal opinion.
Okay.
Tua got a team around him. So congratulations to Tua for getting his contract, but this ain't Green Bay. Miami won a Super Bowl. Miami got a team in around them at Chain and Mostert and Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, who just got paid.
Yep.
Like their defense, they putting together a team that they feel like should
they put some defensive pieces together. Now somebody retired, Shaquille Barrett. Up and said, "I'm done."
Yeah, and that's gonna hurt. And that's gonna hurt. He's a good pass rusher.
Yeah.
But they put this team around him.
Mm-hmm.
They gave him his money. The pressure's on Tua now.
Yep. So I'm glad we're talking about this because this kind of leads into and you and I were texting during the break, like it's football time, the season's coming. We're about 4 or 5 weeks away. Let's kind of get these kind of division previews kind of out of the way. I thought we could start with a little AFC East, NFC East kind of a thing. So we're talking Dolphins, and so for me, it kind of leads to this. And first off, congrats to Tua on getting the money. You mentioned how Green Bay has gone from Brett to Aaron to now Jordan Love. Well, Miami is the total opposite, at least since Dan Marino. We're talking almost 25 years of just inconsistent, revolving door at the position of quarterback in Miami.
Right.
So, this is the first. Is this the first guy that they've extended since then? Yeah, I guess it has to be.
I don't know because Chad Pennington was probably a better Jet than a Dolphin. Yeah.
Oh, way better Jet than a Dolphin.
Right. Okay.
It was just that 1 year. Yeah.
I just didn't remember on top of my head. I'm trying to think of quarterback off the top of my head. I mean, but irregardless, we know that Tua is the best quarterback the Miami Dolphins have had since Dan Marino.
Exactly.
That's a fact. That's just
exactly. Exactly. So for anybody that's questioning whether he deserves it, whether Miami should have invested the money in him, yes, Miami definitely should have invested. We talked about it, the number of quarterbacks they've had. And plus when you look at the numbers and look, Tyreek Hill, he's top 5 in my book as far as receivers go.
Yep.
Tua was an MVP candidate. At one point in the season. At one point in the season. It was early, but he still I thought he still finished in terms of the stats. I thought top 5 in passing. I believe he was top 5 in touchdown passes, things like that. So he put the numbers up. Like when he's healthy from game 1 to game 17, he was healthy. He proved that this year. Yeah. And I hope, for everyone who's involved, the sake that he continues to stay healthy, because we remember that night in Cincinnati a couple seasons ago.
That's in my rear view, to be honest with you. When I saw him get this money, I didn't blink for a second about injuries, and I think I'm confident that we can look past that.
Mm-hmm. I got you. But I mean, for anybody, you hope that don't happen to nobody, but particularly him, hope that for nobody.
Sure. So what I'll add, because I guess kind of in comparison to Jordan Love, like there is similar money, but also young. People like you said, Dak is going to come up, so he probably going to push it up past 55.
Purdy.
Yeah, Purdy as well. Yeah, thank you. So it was good to get him locked in. Like I said, the only difference is that Miami got a team around them already.
Yep.
And they're looking to compete for a Super Bowl. So that's the only difference. But definitely congrats to Tagovailoa.
Yeah, for sure, man. What do you make of? We're talking Dolphins here, so what do you make of the division overall with some of the moves? And we talked about some of Miami's moves a little bit there. They improved on the defense, even though they had one of those acquisitions retire a few weeks ago. I think Miami is under, I think, the most, maybe between them and New York, I think Miami may be under the most pressure because of what happened last year and that kind of a slide from being a top seed. Like, remember, there was a stretch where there was a number one seed until they lost to the Titans on a Monday night, and then the Ravens went in there and beat them up, and they slid from that to getting beat by Buffalo in the final week, and then happened to drop all the way to the 6th seed and going on the road to face the Chiefs. So for me,
okay,
they got to win the division. I think Miami's expectations is they got to win the AFC East.
Sure, but the Buffalo Bills are still the team with the most pressure. I mean, let's just be clear about it. I don't think that Buffalo is a better team on paper than the Jets or the Dolphins just on paper.
Yeah,
but Josh Allen is still Josh Allen. So as long as Josh Allen is Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills are kind of penciled in at this stage of the game to win a division. So, and I'm not picking them to win a division early. I'm just saying
they should be the favorite. Like, I agree with that. They should be the favorite.
Josh Allen got all the pressure. Josh Allen, and because he's the Buffalo Bills quarterback, the Buffalo Bills have more pressure than the Dolphins and the Jets.
That's because I'm glad you said that, because in my head I'm thinking, well, Josh Allen himself has the most pressure. I'm not sure about the team because of the moves, because of the losses. There's no Stephon Diggs. So some of those defensive players got cut from the team. So that's why we think the other teams have better rosters. But I think I agree with you in a sense that I think the quarterback in Buffalo has pressure because of previous playoff failures and not being able to get it done, get it to a Super Bowl. But as long as he's playing the way he's been playing, they're definitely going to be a threat. And if they do end up winning the division again, they're going to be looked at as, okay, what y'all going to do? Like,
I just don't think that pressure has left Buffalo, especially with the way that they won a division last season. That pressure is not gone anywhere. Again, Josh Allen is still considered a top 5 quarterback in this league. And when you're considered a top 5 quarterback in the league and you just a bad slant away from going to a Super Bowl, it's just that. So the Buffalo Bills are still the team written in pencil to win a division. They still have the most pressure on them in the AFC East, and hell, maybe the AFC altogether between them and Baltimore. But I would lean more towards Buffalo having more pressure than Baltimore. But you know what I'm saying?
Top 2, it would be those two teams.
Sure, but I think Buffalo got the edge. They got
the
head-to-heads with the champs.
Yeah. So I think there's different types of pressure too. And I can side with you in that Buffalo's been there, done that. So yeah, there's more pressure on them. I think there's different types of pressure with the other teams. I'll bring the Jets in here for a second. I think the Jets have a pressure in a sense that the quarterback's 40 years old, probably going to be 41, at some point, this calendar year. Got hurt last year. Already, 1 year kind of wasted with him being there. And, you don't know how much longer he has after this year. I think the Jets are under a pressure to win now because of the age of Aaron Rodgers and because, after Aaron Rodgers, like what's behind him? Tyrod Taylor? Like Tyrod Taylor ain't getting you to know.
Yes, they do have a pressure, but and to add, I think they have the same pressure as Buffalo. I just think for different reasons, like you said, Aaron Rodgers is older. Like we're all talking, they brought him in to win a Super Bowl. That's or with hopes to win a Super Bowl, put a team around him and win a Super Bowl. That's what the Jets. I think what the Jets goals are. But Buffalo, so it's the same pressure. The Dolphins put this team around Tua because they want to win a Super Bowl. So I think it's the same pressures there. I just think they did it in different ways. The Jets brought in a quarterback. The Bills drafted a quarterback. Tua, the Dolphins drafted a quarterback and then put a solid team around them.
Yeah.
To compete with Buffalo, to be honest with you. So with that being I think it's the same pressure. I just think but if there's somebody that has to perform, if there's perform now more than anybody else, it's definitely, in my opinion, the Buffalo Bills. Like I said, I get the age thing with Aaron Rodgers, but I think getting Aaron Rodgers was kind of
you know what it is? They followed a blueprint, a most recent blueprint. So
Matthew Stafford.
The Rams got Matthew Stafford. They win the Super Bowl.
But here's the
Bucks got Brady. They got a Super Bowl out of him.
Yeah, but the major difference is that when the Jets, when those teams got those players, they went and got players. Like they went and got Antonio Brown. They what's my man name? Not Mike Evans. Who's the second?
Godwin.
Godwin, thank you. He was there, but they went and bolstered the defense in Tampa.
Yeah.
They went, you know what I'm saying? The Rams, a similar thing. They went and got pieces immediately that they felt like, all right, this roster should be good with enough veterans. They spent the money. The Jets spent the money on Aaron Rodgers, but who did they spend money on for real after that?
Well, I think, and you know what, you may be right in terms of the difference, but I think a couple drafts ago, I thought they had a very good draft. Obviously, Garrett Wilson, I think is one of the young, up and coming receivers. Sauce Gardner. I think it's a combination of them drafting well in that particular draft and them bringing in, some help. Mike Williams. When he's healthy, I think is a pretty good number 2 receiver. Some of the other moves they've made on defense to get guys in, some of the couple of offensive linemen that they brought in.
Javon Kinlaw, Hassan Reddick, even though they trying to sort some contract stuff out last I heard.
You wonder what I think about that?
Huh?
I don't think, because clearly the Eagles didn't want to pay Hassan Reddick.
Right, and I get it.
Yes, I get it too, right? Yeah. So they clearly didn't want to pay him, right? So if you're the team that's trading for him, I feel like you have to know that this dude wants some money. Like, and I'm not sure the Jets had that thought process when they made the trade. Now they're in a situation where he's not showing up to camp. And they're still talking about this, issue with him getting some big money, which he deserves, by the way. Like he balled out for the Eagles for those couple of years.
He balled out for 1 year, and then he went quiet that second year, and then now he's in New York.
Mm-hmm. But I would, if it's me, I'm still paying him though. If it's me. So if you say that, then why didn't Philly pay him? I think because they paid other players on the team, like Devontae Smith. They just paid him some money, and I think it was important to keep those 2 receivers together when nobody thought Devontae Smith was getting that big money, and somehow they gave it to him. So I think the Eagles maybe put some players in priority over Hassan Reddick.
So basically, Hassan Reddick bitched about it and got moved out because they told him they wasn't going to pay him because we were going. So basically, I can't disagree with that. But then why would you sign to a team without knowing for certain that they were going to give you a contract?
Well, he got traded, so we had no control over.
True.
Where he wanted to go, and stuff. Right. So it's really in the Jets' hands at this point, and I don't see why you don't try to nip this thing in the bud like right now. You don't want this thing to be, lingering during camp, and then you're going into the season with still this question mark about if this guy's really committed or not. I mean, because once you give him his money, he's gonna be committed. I feel that way. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I'm not gonna say yes. I'm not gonna say no. I don't know. But look, man. I'm not gonna say Hassan Reddick had one good year. That's what he had in Philly. One good year. And
let's remember on the Jets side of things, they traded for him because they lost what's his name to the Eagles.
To the Eagles, yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. So
and then the idea that Hassan Reddick is going to be an upgrade. So okay, I know I'm throwing a off the top question.
Let's go.
Hassan Reddick, where does he rank in the pass rusher fields to you in the past 2 years?
In the past 2 years,
is he a top 10 in the past 2 years?
I'm a guess top 10. I'm just a guess.
Sure.
Top 10. Yeah.
I think he's a second tier pass rusher because he went completely quiet all that next year. So if he follows up the next, like he had that over 10 sack year, I don't remember the exact number, but I want to say it was over 15 sacks that 2 years ago. But he had that year, and then this past year, I don't know that he had 10 sacks.
Yeah, I don't know the numbers last year.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that he had 10 sacks. So, all right, you had one, all pro, all the accolades, all the achievements, all that year, and then you went to sleep the next year for whatever reason it happened. I know the Eagles have had some inner turmoil.
The team, I was gonna say the total team was going crazy.
But if I'm the Jets, I'm looking and saying, cool, all right, we know what you did that one year when shit was going good, but then we also got to equate what you did this year when shit wasn't going so good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you got inner turmoil and this and that, but like we still need some production. So who's to say? Let's say, what's the top pass rusher money right now? What would you say it's about? 25 a year?
27. I say
okay.
26, 27.
Okay. Does that? I mean, and I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Does that look right to you, Hassan Reddick? 3 years, 27 a year.
It may not look right based on the production from this past season, but like we say with the quarterbacks and the wide receivers, the market is the market.
I'm trying to figure out how if 27 is a top pass rusher, I'm trying to figure out a way that I can get you down to 20 if I'm the Jets.
Right. And I don't know what those negotiations are. Like I don't know what he's asking for. We don't know what that number is. I think he wants a new contract. That's all we know at this point is that he wants a new contract before he suits up. Now, at the end of the day, the Jets really control everything. And let me be clear. And let me be clear. If Hassan Reddick gets $27 million a year, ain't no way I'm gonna hate on that man getting his money. I'm just saying that if I'm a GM and I got Hassan Reddick saying he want a contract, I'm gonna say, hey man, I can get you 4 years, $76 million. That's what I'm trying. And that's just under 20.
Just under 20, right?
Just under 20.
Right.
Yeah, that's a decent.
That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. Based on what I saw in Philly in 2 years, that's how I'm trying. That's how I'm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, hopefully it works out. The Jets, it's one of those things when you're the Jets and you've been out of the postseason for the past 13, 14 years. There's always the lack of the benefit of the doubt from the people outside of the organization and the people outside of the fan base. So I look at it on the outside and I say, I can't give this team, the benefit of the doubt because everything it seemed like this team touches always goes to shit. So, we'll see. I mean, it's interesting what you said from a Jet standpoint. Look at the season y'all had in Philly, whether it was your fault or whether it was the team in a totality's fault. you wasn't productive last season.
And yeah, I feel like because the team could be some shit because they're having an inner turmoil, but I feel that they're, and I don't know if that threshold is 10 sacks, if it's double-digit sacks or not, but it should be a threshold where when you're that guy on the team as a pass rusher, as a running back, as a quarterback, as a wide receiver, when you're that top guy in that position, there's a threshold that I feel like you need to hit, even if your team isn't a good team. Like 1,000 yards is that for running backs, or maybe it's that for receivers nowadays too. I would like to think it's more like 1,200 for receivers nowadays. But you know what I'm saying? You need to hit that threshold, even if our team is trash. And
can I pull up some numbers for you
for Hassan Reddick?
Hassan Reddick,
absolutely.
Okay, 2020 when he was in Arizona, 12.5 sacks.
I remember that. That's how he got the Eagle contract. He used to be in Pittsburgh. That's why I followed him.
Okay. Yeah. What was he on Pittsburgh, like on a practice squad or something?
He didn't make the team. Right. He was drafted by Pittsburgh. He didn't make the team.
Gotcha. Yeah. 2021 with the Panthers, 11 sacks.
Okay.
2022, the year the Eagles broke the record for sacks in a season, 16 sacks. Last year, with the turmoil, he still reached double-digit sacks. He had 11.
Okay, well then I take it back then. I take it back. Top pass rusher money.
25 million. 25 million.
If you hit, I feel like if you're hitting the standard, and I don't know if that's an appropriate standard. That's just the standard I came up on top of my head. Yeah. But I feel like if you hit that threshold, even when your team's been trash, then you're a top guy. So you should be treated like a top guy. So
the 16 sack year, you can call it an anomaly year, but them other years when he was averaging about 11 sacks a year, that's still good. That's still a good
double-digit sacks every year since 2020. Yeah, like that's that. Yeah, you were top. I don't know. I still don't know if he's a top 10, but he top 10.
He top 10.
I don't know how many. Okay, let's do it real quick because you're gonna keep saying top 10.
Well, my question for you. My question. I was just gonna say. You said he's in a second tier. So how many guys do you have in tier 1? Then
that we about to sort it out. Because let's figure it out. TJ Watt.
Danielle Hunter. Okay.
Danielle Hunter. Okay. Myles Garrett.
Yep.
Okay, hold on. Micah Parsons.
Gotta put Micah Parsons in there.
Okay.
Definitely gotta put him there. Aiden Hutchinson. Would you put Aiden Hutchinson right there in that tier 1? Or are you too young?
Not yet, but certainly Chris Jones. Chris Jones and the Chiefs.
That's right.
I'm trying to think teams and pass rushers on the actual team.
Yeah. What's the cat that just got his money in Jacksonville? Josh Allen.
I don't know about that.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying I don't know.
17.5 sacks last season. I know they was bad down the stretch, but like you said, if you want a bad team, but you still getting yours.
Okay, I give you that 6. It's okay. I give you that.
Okay. What about dude within the division, Hendrickson in Cincinnati? What about him?
But see, now I'm sitting here thinking, but would I put Hendrickson over the guy we're talking about, over Hassan Reddick? I would put Hendrickson over Hassan Reddick. I would.
You would? You would? Okay.
I would.
Okay.
So that's 7. He might be there. He might be. I'm sitting here thinking, am I forgetting anybody?
What's dude in Vegas? Max Crosby. What about Max Crosby?
Max Crosby, that's 8.
And Khalil Mack, I think he just had a strange season. Like he had 17 sacks last year.
But he had 6 sacks
like 6 in that one game. Yeah.
I thought he had him in 2 games. 6 sacks in like 2 games.
No, six sacks in 1 game.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know that I would count that as him.
But Khalil Mack was Khalil Mack in Chicago too, though. So
that's true. It's true, but how long ago was that? It was about a couple years ago.
How long he's been in San Diego? 2 years?
About 2-3 seasons, yeah. This was his best season in the with the Chargers.
With the Chargers, yeah. But 17 seconds is going to be the best with most
Sure.
player anywhere.
Sure.
So, but is he double digit sacking? But did he double digit anytime besides last year? Khalil Mack?
Not that I'm aware of.
I know you got your phone in your hand because you just got.
I do. If I get to a quick pause, then I'll give you an answer. But
I mean, we had 8. We had 8.
So 8 pass rushers. Okay.
So he might be.
Homie. Okay. Homie hasn't hit double-digit sacks before this past season since 2018, bro.
Okay. Oh, cool. So yes, he's in there. So he's in there then. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's in there. Okay.
Say
this.
So we got about 8 guys in tier 1, and then that second tier.
No. I'm saying that I think we have to put
Hassan Reddick in the top 10.
In the top 10, in the top tier. Right.
Yeah.
I don't know who we're forgetting though.
Yeah, I don't think we're forgetting nobody else. I think that was about. Though I mean, those names I rattled off. Those
Javon Hargrave. Oh shit! No, he's not. Both of the Bosa brothers. We didn't put none. We didn't put as a pass rusher.
Okay.
Both of them are better than Hassan Reddick.
Okay.
I think personally, I know he's not.
Now, didn't one of the Bosas get hurt, or didn't both of them get hurt?
I know the 49ers.
The Chargers won. The Chargers Bosa got hurt.
Sure. He's still the top. He's still a top tier pass rusher. Like you ain't gotta do that. I know he's a racist, but you ain't gotta do that. He's a top tier pass rusher. He just did. Both of them are. It just did. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. Javon Hargrave in San Francisco. Now I know he's a tackle, but he's a double digit sacker at least in his last year in Philly.
Yeah, what did he do last year?
I don't know what his sack numbers look like last year.
Yeah, I don't even see him in the top 50.
Okay.
Or the top out of the top 40, I should say. I don't even see him. So I don't know what kind of year he's had, but he top 10. He top 10.
Okay. Yeah, I can agree with that. I can settle for that. I can settle for that. Yeah. So if he gets his money 27, the Jets should pay him. I'm with you now. I changed my mind. I'm with you. The Jets should find a way to pay Hassan Reddick. Hassan Reddick with Quincy Williams, Javon Kinlaw in the middle, Sauce Gardner at the corner. Like that. They should have a good defense, and they had a good defense last year.
Right.
So if they get Hassan Reddick mind right, they should be good.
They should be top 3.
They should be. I'm not gonna go that far, but they should be good.
That lineup, top 3.
They should be good.
Yeah, for real.
But
so
that
NFC,
I'm sorry, that AFC East, yeah. So I don't know if I guess the overall question was how do we feel about the state of it? I think the Buffalo Bills are written in pencil. Even though I got the Dolphins winning it, I think the Jets are. I don't believe that Aaron Rodgers is going to get this team where they think that Aaron Rodgers should take them. So I don't know. So yes, I think they'll probably make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if I believe that for real because the AFC North is to the AFC North. So and the only team that look a little I don't know right now for me in the AFC North is the Bengals. So I don't know. So I don't know that the Jets made the playoffs, but I would have them in the hunt certainly.
They got the AFC, they got the NFC West in their schedule. So they going up against San Francisco in that week 1 Monday night.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then everybody else, I mean, I would think they could beat the Seahawks. I would think
they maybe, but maybe though.
Maybe. I think maybe with Seattle. You should beat the Cardinals and Rams. They probably could lose to the Rams.
So they'll probably go 2-2 because I now I'm sitting here. I don't know who's the Seahawks quarterback right now. Geno Smith. They might.
That's a maybe. That's a maybe.
That's a maybe. But I'll say 2-2. I'll say 2-2. I'll say 2-2.
2-2. And then they're playing AFC North, is it?
I don't believe it's the. It might be.
Playing
I don't
AFC
know.
North?
Don't.
Okay.
Look,
Okay.
you remember that shit way more than. Yeah, but I say you remember that shit way better than I
Yeah,
do.
I'm shocked that I'm even coming up with a brain fart right now. I'm supposed to know this stuff. So
Right.
but
Yeah.
just thinking about who they gotta play, yeah, it's
I
possible
got them
that
out the playoffs. Let me just
for
stand
now.
on my
Okay.
square. I got them out the
Okay.
playoffs.
Okay.
So yeah, I got them out the playoffs.
Okay.
I got and you know early. We don't have to do the whole playoff seedings right now, but
Right.
I do got the Bills and the Dolphins getting to the playoffs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just for right
And
now.
then, man, sorry.
What's up?
Sorry, take it back. I wrote this down this morning.
Mm-hmm.
The Bills aren't making the playoffs. I know I did that last year and did all that.
Yo, that's a 360 for what you just said.
Yeah, I know. That's why I say I'm sorry. I take it back.
Wow.
Because look. Stephon Diggs is gone, and I know Keon Coleman is going to be a dog, and everybody believes that he's going to be a dog.
I like him. Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen this year. I don't think he's going to be that guy. I don't think he's going to replace Stephon Diggs this year.
Mm-hmm.
And have you seen the rest of their receiving core?
Shakir,
Khalil
a couple
Shakir,
other guys. Yeah.
Who's at number 3. He's fast as hell, but he's at number 3.
Yep.
Scantlin, Valdez Scantlin is there, and Chase Claypool.
Oh, really?
I don't. But I know they got two. Claypool. I know they got 2 solid tight ends. Yeah. And James Cook is on the come up.
They're gonna run their offense differently. Like when they played the Cowboys late in the season last year, when they was running the ball all those times, I think their identity on offense, is gonna be that. And when of course Josh Allen is gonna do Josh Allen things, but I think they're going to try to incorporate some of that run game in the offense the way when they played the Cowboys late in the season last year.
I tell you one thing, James Cook, it better not be a fluke. And I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying it better not be.
Sure. I don't even know who their number 2 back is, but
I believe, don't quote me, I believe it is Tariq Cohen.
Well, that's the dude from the Bears, right?
The Bears, yeah.
Yeah. I forgot he was still in the league.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's on James Cook, let's be clear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Top 5 in the AFC East players.
Josh Allen is in that top 5 for me.
I'm not there. Rank them.
Oh, I got to rank them?
Hey, it's me and you. It's me and you, dog. Rank them.
I got you. All right. Look. Okay. If we ranking them, then I'm just gonna flat out say 2 is number 1, best player in the division. 2. I mean, I'm sorry, Tyreek. Tyreek. I'm sorry.
My God.
I'm sorry. I saw Tyreek's face, but called him Tua. But no, Tyreek is number 1. He's number 1. Josh Allen is number 2.
Yeah.
2 is number 3. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Sauce number 4, and then number 5. I'm gonna go with the pass rusher on the Dolphins, Chubb.
Okay. I'm going Tyreek Hill number 1, Josh Allen number 2, Sauce Gardner number 3.
All right.
Now you made me. I was going to say Aaron Rodgers, but I'm taking him out. I'm going Tua number 4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Quinnen Williams number 5.
I like that. The Quinnen Williams pick. I like that. It's not a bad. It's not a bad top 5.
It's crazy because. Yeah, I wanted to put Aaron Rodgers, but just for real, off the injury.
Nah.
Yeah.
I didn't give it one thought. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay. Yeah.
Nah.
I'm with you there though. I'm with you there. Tua's in there over Aaron Rodgers.
Yep. All right. So NFC East. Let's talk about the NFC East for a minute here. So I think it's not the biggest story in the division. I think it's one of the big stories. CD Lamb is up for an extension.
Yeah.
And that's been one of the talking points is that, they haven't come up with an agreement on an extension. So they just going to ride this out into the season the same way they're riding out Micah Parsons' deal, the same way they're riding out Dak Prescott's deal. I saw something on TV this morning. So they were talking about how the Cowboys have been the cheapest when it comes to spending money in the offseason, the past 3 off seasons.
Number 2 to the Cincinnati Bengals.
Number 2? Okay. Cowboys is number 1 in that department, the cheapest of all 32 teams over the past 3 off seasons. And you are the most valuable franchise, not just in the NFL, in all the sports.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not being, you're not out there, splurging. So,
well, how do you continue to be the richest? You don't pay the niggas their money. That's always been common sense to me. So Hey, I would hope, but look, I would hope for their franchise quarterbacks benefit that they find a way to make. If you don't make CD Lamb the highest paid wide receiver, you got to put him right up under Justin Jefferson. And I'm only saying highest paid because of who the Dallas Cowboys are and the market that Justin Jefferson set. But at this point, CD Lamb is one of the best wide receivers in the game. If it's not, he's not better. If it's just like the way I got it ranked right now, and maybe because I'm fresh off that receiver show on Netflix, it's for me Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, and then CD Lamb. So so you got to pay him. You got to figure it out.
Right. Okay.
And then Tyreek Hill number 4, by the way.
Okay. And I'll throw another name out there. He just got his money too. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
I would put him number 5 on that list.
Okay. Over AJ Brown?
Ooh, yeah, good point. And I forgot about Jamar Chase too. Ooh.
I definitely got CD over Jamar Chase right now.
Okay.
Based on that.
You gotta do that. Yeah.
Right now. But maybe Jamar's and
I gotta put Amon-Ra over Chase based on last year.
That's fair. Oh, if we're basing it just on last year, that's fair. Yes.
Yeah. So Jamar would be outside that top 5. But AJ Brown, I've got to rethink that. I probably got to put AJ Brown number 5, and then I got to put Amon-Ra number 6. But Chase is below those guys, based off of last year.
And then but I ain't here to cry about availability, but I mean, maybe it's different if Joe Burrow was healthy all year and all that. Yeah. But that ain't my concern. It is what it is.
And when your team sucked, but you're still doing something. I mean, look, Devontae Adams, his team sucked, but nigga was still getting burned. He was still getting numbers. So that the Devontae Adams thing. But you know what? Let's stick to NFC East. I don't want to go into Devontae Adams right now. But we're talking Cowboys here. So I guess to kind of get to the point with Dallas, and I guess historically they've had these great seasons, and have kind of been disappointing when it comes to the playoffs. This is a season where, man, it could go left so quick. I mean, if we just base it off of history, and I know they've had 3 seasons of 12 wins consecutively. It's been a while since they've done that.
Yeah.
But if these guys, if the conversations about getting their money become an issue, and the owner likes to run his mouth, throughout the offseason and into the regular season to put pressure on the team, then this season could go south. But on paper, the Cowboys have, I think, the better roster of the 4 teams in the East.
Really?
Yeah.
I disagree with that 100%. And I'll tell you why. You say that the most glaring thing in Dallas is that CeeDee Lamb hadn't got his contract. The most glaring thing for me is that Zeke Elliott is their number 1 running back. That's a problem.
Yeah.
The second most glaring thing to me, the second thing is CeeDee Lamb, but the third most glaring thing is that Brandon Cooks is their number 2 wide receiver.
Yeah, because Gallup retired and the other cat's not there no more.
Yeah, whoever.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, but Brandon Cooks is your number 2 receiver. At this stage of his career, he's not a number 2 wide receiver.
How many years has he been in the league? Like
Jake Ferguson, their tight end, has been cooking. He definitely cooked last year, but I don't know if I believe that going into next year.
That he could back that up.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe. Yeah, I don't know if I believe that he gonna come through with those solid tight end numbers. No homo. This year, I don't know if I believe that. Yeah. In my personal opinion, the Eagles are the better roster on paper, and it ain't even close. Okay, and it ain't even close. Allow me, because I was ready for this.
Okay,
their wide receivers are AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and Paris Campbell.
Yeah.
Which right now, you can make an argument that Paris, and not even an argument, Paris Campbell got way more upside right now than Brandon Cooks.
And they got Saquon Barkley. That's going to be the number 1.
Kenneth Gainwell is still a solid running back, number 2 running back. Jalen Hurts is still Jalen Hurts. Their 2 tight ends right now is Dallas Goedert and CJ Uzomah from
the Bengals.
Yeah. That's a good tight end duo.
Yeah.
That defense is young.
Yeah.
Jordan Davis.
Because they got homie from Georgia in the draft. Yeah.
N'Kobe Dean, Jordan Davis, that cat they just got, Quinion Mitchell at cornerback. Like that
Bryce
defense.
That's the cat I'm thinking about.
Yeah, Bryce Huff from the Jets. Yeah. So I don't think it's close. The Eagles have the best roster in the NFC East.
Okay.
I don't think.
Okay. Well, now that you put it that way, because I got both teams right now. I might change this in a few weeks, but I got both teams in the playoffs, except I don't think Dallas wins the division. Just because I think they're good on paper doesn't mean they'll win the division. But I do think the Eagles have that opportunity to win the division this coming season. So the only glaring thing that I saw with the Eagles is that I don't know how good their offensive line is going to be without Kelsey. That quarterback sneak situation ain't going to hit the same if they continue to run it. And the coordinators too.
That was my second point. But then when you look at Dallas, okay, defensive coordinator's gone. If Trayvon Diggs is not healthy, that secondary is trash.
Yeah, facts.
That secondary is trash.
Facts.
I like Kendricks is their middle linebacker. That used to be with Minnesota for all them years. I like that in the middle. Obviously Parsons rushing the passer. Their defensive line is solid.
Yeah,
like that's the strength in their defense. Their defensive line. But everywhere behind the defensive line is a little iffy. Period. Like a little, they a little iffy.
Yeah, I might have to rethink that. I'm just seriously thinking, the Eagles have the better roster.
The Giants,
not that you put it that way.
Yeah, the Giants are shit. We ain't gotta go there. So is there any thought that the Commanders challenge the Cowboys for the number 2 spot in the East? If your thought is the Eagles, the Cowboys.
I don't think of it that way, that they're going to
Okay.
challenge them for the number 2 spot, but right now I can see the Commanders as a surprise team to get the number 7 spot in the NFC, which would put them in 3rd place in the division, but still be able to qualify for the playoffs.
Sure.
I like the roster, man. I like the moves, the Austin Ecklers. They didn't go out and spend big money on, overrated players like they've normally done in the past. It's a new regime, new coach, new quarterback, Jaden Daniels. I've watched some highlights on Twitter of him, in practice. He looks good. This could be the surprise team in the NFC in terms of being a playoff contender, not necessarily a Super Bowl contender team, but a wild card contender in the conference.
Okay, I'm thinking about the rest of the division, or the rest of the conference. I'm sorry. Here's what I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Jaden Daniels is going to be running for his life. I have no belief in that offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Right this second, I have no belief in that offensive line.
Yeah.
They do not have a number 2 wide receiver that can perform consistently. I get Jahan Dotson. I get that he flashes every now and then, but he's small.
Yeah.
He doesn't show up big in situations where McLaurin is getting all the attention. I know they got Luke McCaffrey. That's probably going to be their number 3 guy. But I don't know who he's going to be yet. Zach Ertz is good. I think he'll be good at tight end for them this year.
Yeah.
I think Eckler will be good for them with Brian Robinson together. I think they'll be good. I just don't believe that offensive line. I don't believe that offensive line.
Yeah.
I like the defense. I like Bobby Wagner. The secondary is
excellent
young.
pickup. Yeah.
The secondary is young. So they got something to prove. But Forbes in his second year, I don't look like he gained no more weight. Derek Forrest, I think his name is Derek, but I like that guy at safety. Like they young. They just got it. St. Juice is going to be the starting cornerback on the other side, I think.
Yeah.
So he got his moments, but I don't know if I believe they got talent. They just got to prove that they could put together on the field.
Right, because everything is new. Like the front office, quarterback, and head coach, everything is kind of new.
But maybe Dan Quinn gets that defense with those young pieces and those veteran pieces. Not to mention that defensive line is still good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Obviously, they're not as good as they were, but that's a good defensive line still.
Yeah, and on offense, I think if you're talking about a team that maybe relies on the running game a little bit more, they got 2 good backs, man. Brian Robinson Jr. is still an excellent running back in this league. So
yeah, but again, it's no point in him if that old line ain't opening up no holes. That's my issue with the Commanders right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe
was that the issue with the line? Was that there wasn't opening holes, or was it the pass protection?
They have
their pass protection was some trash.
Yeah, they got a lot of issues. I mean, their linebackers was trash last year too. They got a lot of problems. Which is why I think Bobby Wagner and that cat from Carolina, Davis. I think that those are good pieces. But but we got to see what Dan Quinn do. We got to see what he do.
Yeah. Well, I might change my mind in a few weeks. We'll see. But
I guess just to summarize, I got the Eagles, the Cowboys, Commanders, Giants in that order for that division.
Yeah. So same here for now. Same here for now.
I can't see me changing that nowhere until the Commanders do something that might, and obviously pending injury. But I can't see them doing anything that would get the Cowboys off that number 2 spot.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you there. So who do you think the top 5 players in the division are?
Top 5 in the division.
Yeah.
I got CeeDee Lamb number 1. I got Parsons number 2. I got AJ Brown number 3. I got now I'm struggling, but I'm gonna stand on my square. I got Hurts number 4. I got Dak number 5.
Ooh, the Dak being number 5. That's a bit surprising.
Yeah, see, for me, I think what hurt Jalen Hurts this past year was whatever the fuck they had going on with coordinators and inside. I think with Hurts, that roster that Hurts has around him, he's going to. If you're asking me who I think is a better quarterback right now, I think Dak is a better quarterback right now. Experience, all the things. But Hurts got the team around him. I'm going with Hurts over Dak right now.
Okay. All right. Dak Prescott's my number 1 player in the division.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's number 1 for me. Micah Parsons is number 2. I'm gonna go AJ Brown number 3, CeeDee Lamb number 4, Jalen Hurts number 5.
Okay, so when we did our receiver rankings, you got AJ Brown over CeeDee Lamb?
I do.
Okay, so for you it's Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, then AJ Brown?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I got CeeDee Lamb. I think CeeDee Lamb run better routes. I think AJ Brown is bigger, so he's able to do those combative things.
Yep.
And that's not to say AJ Brown's a bad route runner. It's just to say that CeeDee Lamb is probably a top 5 route runner, top 10 at least in the league.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, I hear you. Yeah. I'm trying to think. There's so many good players in the division, man. Like if you're thinking about like, really? I think so. I like if honorable mention. What's the cat? Well, I can't put Trayvon Diggs there because
like you can't really like.
Yeah, I can't put him there.
Those are the 5. If you ask anybody to say NFC East, majority of the people are going to have these 5 names. Okay. Like how you order it is
however you order it,
but you're going to have those 5 names. There is nobody on the Giants that makes this list right now. Nah. Like
Saquon, would you?
No.
Really?
Right now, no.
Really?
He's sick. Okay. You could argue him.
He's 6. He's honorable mention. Okay.
Yeah, but you can't put. I don't think anybody legitimately puts Saquon Barkley in a top 5 NFC East conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You're probably right. He
because who do you take out? Yeah, because who do you take out?
Yeah, that's the conversation I'm thinking about. It's like AJ Brown, no, you keep him there. Micah, CD, Dak, Jalen Hurts, maybe Jalen Hurts, maybe.
Right. Yeah, no way in hell.
All right, and I like Jalen Hurts. I like Jalen Hurts.
But no way in hell. No way in hell.
Okay. All right. Shout out to.
I forgot.
Go ahead.
I will say this. Shout out to Simone Biles. I'm not gonna be fake and act like I was watching the Olympics, but I saw on Twitter that she's officially the most decorated gymnast in U.S. Olympic history or Olympic history. Salute.
Yeah, she's GOAT for real. GOAT status for real. Shout out to Betting's Public Sports Show. Appreciate you.
What up?
Appreciate you jumping in here. We holler about a lot of stuff on this show. So.
I don't know that we hollered today.
I don't think so. It was a very light show today. Shout out to Fat Five Dad, Taiwan Beckham, your boy, and the homie Rod Cali on Instagram Live here. So, appreciate that love coming from that side also. We got anything else, man? I mean, I anticipated that this was going to be a very short show today, so
should know. The listeners should know is that obviously in the next 1, 2, 3, or 3 weeks, we're going to be trying to talk about divisions. We did AFC East and the NFC East next week. Even though I will not be here next week.
I'm probably gonna put that topic on the shelf Because I got somebody lined up to come in next week, so I'll probably put that topic on the shelf until you come back.
Let me know what divisions you're gonna do, so I'll post mine. I'll post my top 5.
Okay, yeah. If I do, then I'll let you know for sure.
All right, because I would imagine we need to get through all these before kickoff.
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks for the reminder too. Speaking of, letting the people know out there. So I'll make this announcement, and obviously for the good folks, the A1 day ones that have been following us from the beginning, all the way up to this point, we will be celebrating our 400th episode in a few weeks. If you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, we posted the promo for it, and we're welcoming folks to come in to the live, into the, online studio, if you will, to chop it up with us.
And can I add to that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Come in and let me let all the listeners, everybody that rocking with us know. Come into the show. Pause. I guess that don't sound too. I guess, but say congratulations. Say congratulations. Start with congratulations on our 400th episode. Start with that, and then hit us with the bullshit that we can argue about. Don't come in with your bullshit off the rip. Come in, address
a certain someone.
Yeah, come in, address the issue. We are celebrating our 400th episode. Address the issue, then come with the bullshit. we look, and let's be clear. I'm with all bullshit on that day, August 27th, 400th episode. I'm with all bullshit. I'm with all bullshit.
Yeah.
But acknowledge us first.
Yes.
Acknowledge us, because we working hard over here, and Trey working. If you think I'm working hard, Trey working double that. So let's be clear. Acknowledge us first, and then come with the bullshit.
Because who's doing 400 of these things right now? I mean, I know there's
millions,
more popular podcasts, but
millions. I don't care about that. I'm talking about what we doing.
But yeah, who doing that? You know what I mean?
We are. That's who's doing it.
We like the locks of this podcast thing right now. Like we sticking together here. Pause.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
who does that? 400, man. That's
400 episode, August 27th. That's 3 Tuesdays from now. Join us, man. Come on, celebrate with us.
Help us celebrate.
What better way to celebrate by first saying congratulations, and then coming with some bullshit.
There you go. Because I know a certain someone that's just gonna come in and just start with the bullshit and then be
welcome. We welcome all bullshit.
Hey, I gotta go, but congrats on that 400. I got to see one dude doing that. So,
salute.
But yeah, shout out to our good fans, listeners, and viewers and all that. So, continue to follow us on these social media platforms too, man. Click the like button on the YouTube channel, and tell a friend to click that subscribe button as well. We got the Facebook page going too, so click that like button, share with a friend that we got the Facebook page going. If you're on Twitch too, make sure you follow us on that as well. Trying to get some viewership going on that side. Follow us on IG at Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Barbershop SPOR2. You can find Maestro everywhere at Maestro Styles. I'm everywhere else at Trey Frazier. If you got questions, comments, hit us up on the email, barbershopsportstalk1@gmail.com. And we got a merch store, so folks, make sure y'all check that out. I forgot to put the link in the show tonight, but I'll be sure to do that for next week. So check that out. It's this prime summer. We got hats and t-shirts going, so make sure y'all check that out. So nothing else, man. I got dinner waiting for me, so
I gotta go find me a salad somewhere, man.
You want that health tip? I see that.
Yeah. Hey, man.
I see that.
Gotta get together, man. Gotta get together, man.
No doubt, no doubt. Love, peace, and happiness to everybody out there. And as always, folks, mind your damn business.
Drink some water.
Oh yeah, we got him. Trey, Frazier, and Maestro styles, you know we got one. Right back like we left something. We don't duck smoke, we want all of it. So line them up, Trey sharp with the blade, you know we sizing it up. I'm quick to catch the fade, you know styles making the cut. Cause we coming out clean every time that we showing up.
It's gonna be called The Barbershop.